My name is Cynthia Johnson. I am the founder, CEO, and cosmetic chemist of Cindy J Cosmetic Labs, LLC. And we specialize in custom formulation resources such as formulation services, regulation, manufacturing, labeling, packaging, consultation for small business owners and indie beauty brands who want to start their own hair care or skincare line. When I was in high school, I played basketball and I played volleyball. So I was an all-around athlete. I did softball one season, I did track and field another season, but basketball and volleyball were my heart and soul. And I knew that after college that I wanted to play for the WNBA. I wanted to play overseas and even be a Baltimore Ravens cheerleader. So I thought all of those things were going to happen for me, but then my chemistry professor saw a light in me that I didn't. He said that you're great in chemistry. Why not pursue a career in chemistry after college? And I explained to him that I didn't want to get into pharmaceuticals. I didn't want to get into NASA. So what other field could I possibly get into? So then he asked me, well, what are you infatuated with? What do you love about yourself? And I told him I love my skin and my hair. The self-esteem was crazy back then. And it's still crazy when it comes to myself, of course. But when I was, playing sports and also a cheerleader and also great at my studies, my self-esteem was through the roof. So with my hair and skin, I knew that this is something that I could potentially help others with when it comes to self-esteem. And he said, why don't you look into cosmetic chemistry? So as soon as I looked into cosmetic science, cosmetic chemistry, I already knew I was supposed to be a cosmetic chemist to this day. When I started out as a cosmetic chemist, I didn't get that entrepreneurial mindset until I was introduced to something called network marketing. Network marketing is a type of marketing that is used for independent business owners that are selling a product or selling a service. So through this product driven or service driven company called ACN, I knew that I'm supposed to be in business. I'm supposed to help others while also helping myself. So then I thought to myself, let's go ahead and just open up a cosmetic science laboratory for small businesses who need that help. And also working as a contract manufacturing chemist, I was always helping big businesses. I was always helping the businesses that did thousands and thousands of units. I was always re-innovating some of their products or adding some type of technology to their products that are already on the market. It only made sense for me to apply that knowledge and to apply that experience over to small businesses and indie beauty brands. So that's where the foundation came from, and it just started growing. A lot of the chemistry background or the chemistry topics that we learn in school, that we learn in college, we carry that on to creating cosmetics. When it comes to pH, when it comes to density, specific gravity, maybe even viscosity or rheology, all of those different aspects of chemistry, we use that for cosmetic science. Anything that has to go on the hair, we know that it's a pH of between maybe a 4 or a 5. Anything that goes on the skin, we know that's a pH between a 5 and a 6, just based off of the amount of hydrogen ions are supposed to be in that product or supposed to be in your hair or your skin. So we kind of utilize that foundation or utilize that chemistry foundation to creating the specifications of a product. How thick is the product supposed to be? Is the delivery system okay for the skin? Or is the delivery system okay for the hair cuticle? Does it open up the hair cuticle? Is the pH so high that it is going to open up that cuticle? My favorite skincare product has to be a gel serum. There's so many different textures. There's so many different viscosities or so many different types of technologies that go in with gel serums that it makes you want to innovate, makes you want to think outside the box. Do I want my gel serum to be sticky? Do I want it to have a soft velvety feel? Do I want it to be a nice sheer blue? So all these different aspects or aesthetics of a gel serum is so broad. It doesn't have to be specific to one thing. For hair care, I would definitely say deep conditioners. They are like my bread and butter. I love making deep conditioners, just the different textures that you could use or make for a deep conditioner, and also some of the active ingredients that you can add into that deep conditioner. It's just such a joy to make. And plus it already looks like you can eat it. So that's always the best part. I want to help small businesses with their contract manufacturing needs or their scale up needs. After they come to me for formulation, ownership, they're going to want a number of units to sell to their customer. But a lot of manufacturers out here are high in cost or minimum order quantities. They require you to start off with 5,000 units or 1,000 units. And sometimes small businesses just can't afford it. They don't have the capital for that. So we want to transition into contract manufacturing to help those business owners with those needs if you need to start off soft. Helping aspiring chemists. There are a lot of chemists out here, a lot of students out here who need guidance. They want to learn about cosmetic science. They want to learn who's making my shampoo or who's making my lotion. And when I was in school, I didn't have that. I didn't know about LinkedIn at the time. I didn't know about the Society of Cosmetic Chemists. It was really just going through jobs and gaining mentors from them. But as an aspiring chemist have the access to chemists like myself to get that guidance. I didn't know that there were so many chemists that look like me. I've always had people tell me that, oh, you're going to be the one that is the Black woman, or you're going to be the one with the funky hair or the cool hair or whatever the case may be. You're going to be that person. But when I walked into it, there were so many people like myself. There were so many Black women chemists, women chemists. I thought a lot of chemists were men. I thought a lot of chemists were white male. And when I stepped into that space, it just made it so much more rewarding to be a part of cosmetic science. Now, of course, we have to step out of our comfort zone and be accessible to students and be accessible to other people and show the world that we are here. We are here to be chemists and we're here to help you with your needs. But I want to say that was probably the most surprising piece of it. And it's crazy because when I think of, at the time, when I thought about chemistry, I thought about cosmetic science, I thought about Madam C.J. Walker. And of course, she's a Black woman, but I didn't think of a chemist being a Black woman, not so much like an entrepreneur that maybe had made something in their kitchen or, had someone else do it. I didn't think about that aspect. I only thought about, that Madam C.J. Walker. I didn't think about chemists being Black women. I come into the lab, definitely a positive attitude. That's number one. I always tell people, if you are starting your day off on a negative route, then you're going to have a negative rest of the day. And of course, it starts from home as well. Eat a good breakfast, pray, do the things that you need to do before you get into the laboratory. I always check my emails because I know someone is emailing me about a product or emailing me about something to do with cosmetic science. And I also look at some of my content that I've created. So content meaning from my social media. What pictures did I take this week? What videos did I take this week? How can I create an Instagram reel? Or how can I create a TikTok or create an Instagram post in order to gain followers or in order to gain sales and revenue? So I have to create those things before I put myself at the lab bench. Usually I'll go to the laboratory bench at around maybe 10 o'clock. Or if I'm too busy with my social media, then I'll wait until the afternoon to create some products. And then I'll also have meetings too. So I'm doing meetings, I'm doing social media management, I'm doing marketing, creating the batches. So it's definitely a hectic day, but it's a fulfilling day. I know that one step closer means that I'm getting closer to my goal. I want to start hiring people. I want to start hiring interns, laboratory technicians, social media specialists to help me with these day-to-day activities. But just doing it myself is just so rewarding. But I definitely need help. Actually, last year is when I found out that I needed to balance my personal time and also my work time. It really took a toll on me last year because I moved into my new space. I had two of my family members that passed away back to back. And then I was a maid of honor of my best friend. And then, of course, birthdays come around at the end of the year. So I was very busy and definitely took a toll on me. So I told myself and also prayed to God that next year and the following years, I need to have a balance. So what I did was I started breathing more. I started taking breathing exercises. I started stretching and exercising. I'm now eating healthier than last year, than ever before. So now my body is just rejuvenated. Again, it starts from home. You have to have that work-life balance starting from home. And because I had all of these things done, then I can transition that into my work life and have that balance. Create a planner for myself. These are the day-to-day activities that I'm going to have throughout the week. Now we're going to start over for next week. So I had to discipline myself. It's all about that mindset. Troubleshooting and problem solving are probably the number one skills that a chemist should have when it comes to the technology piece or the technical piece of cosmetic science. If a customer is not satisfied with their product, how can I solve this problem? How can we solve this problem in a positive way? How can we gain that trust again from the customer so that they know that the next product that we come out with is going to be the best? So those are the different types of skill sets, and never be afraid of asking questions. That's a part of the problem solving and troubleshooting skill set. You want to ask questions. That's why it's important to have mentors. That's why it's important to have communities of peers or cosmetic chemists to help you along the way. And just from a general, just entrepreneur, cosmetic chemist in their own laboratory, I would definitely say communication and time management skills. Again, back to the time management, you don't want to feel overwhelmed. You want to take a step away and kind of plan out your days, plan out the week or the month. And also with communication skills, you want to be able to communicate on a positive level and not a negative level. You want to be able to communicate your words and also communicate them through your actions. You can always say, oh, I'm going to send you a product tomorrow. Oh, I'm going to fix this problem today. But the action has to be a part of that communication skill. I hear this a lot, especially within the Gen Z community, about imposter syndrome. If you can wake up in the morning and you know that you are supposed to be a chemist, or you're supposed to be a writer or a teacher or a lawyer, or whatever the case may be, then that is the vision that you are supposed to fulfill. When I woke up today and I envisioned myself as a cosmetic chemist, working as a contract manufacturer manager, working as a CEO of a resource development tool, working as a manager of a salon, whatever the case may be, I'm not going to have that imposter syndrome. I'm going to work towards it because that's where I'm supposed to be. Look up the Society of Cosmetic Chemists, and you will find so many resources for cosmetic chemistry. You'll find mentors. You'll find different events that are going to be happening throughout the Society of Cosmetic Chemists. Even join as a member. I'm currently the chair of the Mid-Atlantic Chapter. So the Mid-Atlantic Chapter covers Maryland, Virginia, Delaware, Pennsylvania, West Virginia, and Southern New Jersey. And what we do is we create events for all of these different states so that we can come together and talk about a topic in cosmetic chemistry. Or maybe going to New York for an event called Suppliers Day, where we get to network with a lot of the suppliers there for raw materials or just processing in general. So there's so many different types of events that can help you with educational needs through the Society of Cosmetic Chemists. Students can definitely look up the Journal of Cosmetic Science as a huge resource when it comes to learning about how to formulate. Students can also go to websites called The Chemist Corner by a guy named Perry Romanowski and UL Prospector. UL Prospector actually has formulas for you to take a look at and see how that type of formula is good for you, or even learn about ingredients. There are thousands of ingredients in the cosmetic science space. I see more cosmetic chemists coming out of their comfort zone. I see a lot of cosmetic chemists now online on social media who are debunking a lot of the myths out there about cosmetic science or about ingredients. I see a lot of the big brand owners reaching out to people of color for cosmetic chemistry or to create their product or create their new innovative idea. I see these big brands reaching out so that they can be diverse. So I see that for cosmetic science. Of course, we have work to do on both ends, brand owners and as cosmetic chemists, but I do see a positive light when it comes to diversity and inclusion.